Includes one of the Van de Kerkhoffs, one of the twins, who came on a sub during that match. The Scottish side named overnight. No late problems. The subs, by the way, are Jim Blythe, the goalkeeper Kenny Byrne, Derek Johnson, Lou Macari, and John Roberts. Incidentally, looking back through the Scottish record until the last 5 matches, that's the 3 home internationals and the 2 World Cup matches here, they've really got a marvellous record since 1974. They've played 28 matches, they've won 17, drawn 7, and lost only 4 of those 28 matches in 4 years, until it all started to go wrong during the home internationals. The interesting thing in those 5 matches, though, the 3 home internationals and the 2 World Cup matches here, they've scored 4 goals. 1 was an own goal. 2 scored by Derek Johnson, who's on the subs bench. And the only other goal has been scored by Joe Jordan. Bruce Riot, the captain. Rudy Kroll, captain of Ajax, as well as Holland. So, Scotland start with losing the toss. Very still day, though. And this, looking at it from a distance, looks one of the best pitches we've seen at the World Cup matches. Incidentally, the stadium set right at the foot of the Andes, with Chile just across the border. Mendoza, the great wine area of Argentina. The stadium itself, all the entrances are overhead entrances, and the stadium itself is set in a natural bowl. It really is a beautiful setting. The Dutch subs. Confirmation of the Scottish subs bench. So it looks like Scotland to kick off. They'll face their half for number 10. LINEMAYR, the Austrian referee, just checking with the 2 linesmen as the band leaves the pitch. On the near side, he's got a very experienced international referee in the Hungarian Palatai, who was also a very good footballer himself, once captain of Hungary and played in the Games, the Olympic Games. So Souness gets his first touch in the World Cup. Souness, the man that Alan McLeod said the other day, he made a mistake from the start by omitting. Rudy Kroll, 5. Young Blut is the goalkeeper. Van de Kerkhoff for Rijsbergen. The Van de Kerkhoffs, by the way, are twins. That was given away. Hartford for Scotland. Stuart Kennedy, Hartford. Kennedy again. Norway Kroll, Kennedy, Hartford. Jordan, battled out of it by Rijsbergen. Van de Kerkhoff. Neeskens. Forward on a run forward with the ball easily covered by Tom Forsyth. Hartford. Hartford again. The Dutch manager, Happel chosen an attacking side. He's got 3 attackers in the up front, and Johnny Rep, Rennie van der Kerkhoff, and of course Rensenbrink. For Fife. Number 8 for Scotland, Kenny Dalglish. Good run by Souness in the back. Dalglish. Rennie van der Kerkhoff. Rough with a slight sun problem. The shadow's lengthening across the pitch. His goal is semi-shadow. Free kick to Scotland. A lot's been talked about motivation. It was interesting to listen to the Scotland captain of 4 years ago, Billy Brown, saying players shouldn't need motivating, but certainly this hasn't been the Scottish team we know. There's been very little fight, very little aggression. Certainly none of the tackling we know so well at home. Janssen for Holland. Rep. Van der Kerkhoff. Jordan in quickly, but not quite quickly enough. Took a knock in getting there too. Or in not quite getting there, which is probably why he got the knock. Gemmill. Buchan for Scotland. Souness. 14 Tom for sides on to Stuart Kennedy. Gemmill. Certainly Scotland has started fluently enough. Jordan, he couldn't control it properly. Neeskens. Kennedy keeping him under pressure. Jordan. Hartford. Good play by Hartford. And the opening signs, well, slightly encouraging.
Yes, it is, and certainly I think we can say that they have got an aggressive attitude this time, the Scotch. Bruce Rioch has gone forward, Archie Gemmill has gone forward, Graham Souness is the player that's dropped behind the other 3 midfield players, and they are getting enough forward up front to be able to create the occasional chance.
Stuart Kennedy from Aberdeen. Looked like a foul, and it was. Souness, quickly taken. Stuart rather, hit the bar. And Rip was totally unmarked, having come from the midfield. Van der Kerkhoff on to Neeskens. Fleet. Well, what a difference that might have made. 4 minutes gone and Scotland hit the bar. Janssen for Holland. Van der Kerkhoff. Rep just robbed. Van der Kerkhoff. Looks like an interesting afternoon for Willie Donachie. They're feeding this right wing an awful lot already. Certainly Scotland faced by European opponents more familiar. Look a lot more composed from the start. Van der Kerkhoff, he's beaten Donachie so easily. Trouble here, and the Dutch were so unlucky. The centre just struck a player's, one of their own players' shin. Scotland quickly on with it, looking more alert. Gemmill. Hartford. Donachie. Souness. Donachie with a lot of time and space. Archie Gemmill. Donaghy ahead to run back to stay on side. Gemmill still. Free kick given. And it all looks so much more positive. Corner. Dalglish across to take the corner. Donaghy to Dalglish. Donaghy again. The Dutch pushing out and successfully. Stranded Tom Forsyth and two other Scottish players. Ronnie van der Kerkhoff, number 10. On Rensenbrink, just offside. Forsyth to Bucket. 3 is Donaghy. Jordan couldn't reach it, but Dalglish behind him under pressure, and there was some holding which the referee rightly saw. Rijsbergen, worried by Dalglish, held him down. A free kick just outside the box. Awkward position for Holland. Bruce Rioch is one of the specialists with his left foot with these. Rioch, Gemmill, Donaghy. Again the Dutch are pushed out. Sooners, can he take them on? But players left again offside. Play waved on by the referee. There's also a Dutch player down. Ball deliberately kicked out of place as he can get treatment. The referee is not allowing the trainer to come on until he's satisfied he's needed. Like Neeskens, who was reported to have knee trouble before the match. But Bobby Jordan, how different it might have been if Rio couldn't hit the bar then.
Well, what a glorious start that would have been for the Scots if they'd have got a goal in the first 4 minutes. But the general attitude has been good, and I'm a little bit more hopeful than I was before the match started, in as much as I like to see these foreign players try to play the offside trap. We also have a chance. We've got good players who can beat it. Nippy players like Asa Hart that are good at beating this sort of ploy. But it's been an interesting start from Scotland, and I have noticed that they've got a lot more concentration than they have in any of the 2 previous games. And especially the height that they've got with Joe Jordan seems to be creating some problems. There seems to be a stretcher on now for Neeskens. I hope it's not really serious.
Judging by the way they're looking back at the bench, it looks as they've got a problem. Neeskens, who had a knee injury at Christmas, in fact, he was expected to be out for quite a long time. Now at Barcelona, and he's off. So the Dutch down to 10 men, and the substitute is going to be number 14, Boska. Neeskens so important to the Dutch side in the middle of the field. Strong, powerful tackler. Forsyth. Jordan flicked on for Dalglish. Rijsbergen. Van der Kerkhoff. Only the goalkeeper left. Young Blut, the oldest man playing in the World Cup. 38 this year. Donaghy. Forsyth. Hartford, who started this match really well. Took too long on that one. Poor Vliet. Hartford again. Sooners. Gemmill. Donachie. Sooners. And again they're stranded. 3-4 players in a row caught. And the Dutch come out so quickly that they've already done that 3, 4, possibly even 5 times in the first 10 minutes. Willy van der Kerkhoff. Kroll. Rijsbergen. Kennedy to Ruff. I think Alan Ruff will be glad when the shadow passes right over that goal. He's in a half-and-half situation. The sun and shadow exactly splitting the centre of the goal. That's Dalglish! And it's in, 1-0. And no, the referee says no. The defender couldn't control the ball, knocked it backwards. And what's he penalised Dalglish for? Must have caught his feet in the defenders. And Scotland, again unlucky. Look at that divot. So, Scotland so close twice. Van der Kerkhoff. Boskamp. Already Van der Kerkhoff. Boskamp. Easily cut out by half, but he's into everything at the moment. Janssen. Rensenbrink. Sooners back to Forsyth. ERICH. Dalglish. Free kick to Scotland. Gemmill. Dalglish. ERICH just set it up there for Dalglish. It could be a different side. So much more urgent, and they seem to want to play. And no one more so than Dalglish, who's already sparkled more in the first few minutes than he did in the last 2 matches. Donachie. Janssen. Boskamp. Janssen again. Gemmill. Sooners was always in trouble, never his ball. Van der Kerkhoff. Rensenbrink. The man the Dutch hope will become the new Cruyff. In the last World Cup side, already scored 3 goals in the opening match against Iran. He's a mood player, they say. You never know quite what he's going to do. Hartford. Kennedy outside. 9 is Jordan. Strong enough, and a free kick. Sooners. Kroll. Young Blut. Much criticised Dutch goalkeeper. Buchan to Gemmill. Boskamp turned his back on play and missed out. ERICH. 18 Sooners. And again offside. Kroll. For Vliet. Kroll to Rijsbergen. Rep. Rijsbergen. Well cut out by GEHHILL. Donachie. Jordan to Donachie. Souness. Scotland really moving the ball well. Jordan. Foul by Serbia. Jordan quickly. Souness. And Jordan caught the defender. The warning justified. Jansen. Well, you'd have to be a super optimist to expect 3 goals to be scored against the Dutch World Cup finalists of 4 years ago. But certainly, Scotland seem to have approached this match in entirely the right frame of mind, and the start they've made gives some cause for optimism. And only 1 point to show from the allegedly 2 easy matches against Peru and Iran. Meanwhile, Holland, of course, 3 points from the 2 games, and they haven't conceded a goal. They might well have been 2-0 down, though. GEHHILL to Donachie. ERICH. Good play by the number 6. Oh, and that was skating dangerously about there with nobody able to put much onto it. The Dutch look very, very unstable in defence. Boscombe. That's GEHHILL. In the midfield, already noticeable, the midfield 4 for Scotland, all making an impact on the game. ERICH, Souness, GEHHILL and Hartford. Bucket. Ball that Jordan likes, but Dalglish is in the wrong place. Bucken. Forsyth. Long kick by Ruff. Kroll. Hartford. Number 18, Souness. He's made some difference. Kennedy. Souness again. And again. Kennedy. Jansen. Forsyth. Fleet. GEHHILL. Dalglish. Jansen. Johnny Rep. Under Kirkhoff against Bucken, and Bucken much too quick. Donachie. Jordan couldn't get high enough. It's Willie van der Kerkhoff. Foot Fleet breaking. Throw. Foot Fleet, only 22, one of the newcomers to the Dutch side, playing his 3rd international. Rensenbrink. One of the sweetest left foots in football. Jansen. 1-2 wasn't on. GEHHILL. Competing all the time. Jordan. On to GEHHILL. Dalglish, and GEHHILL was fouled. No. Play waved on. It was the crowd whistling and hooting. Rensenbrink. Woodfleet. Boscombe. Donachie. Really entertaining start of this match. We're almost halfway through the first half, and the time seems to have gone surprisingly quickly. Still no score. So Rennie van der Kerkhoff with a corner. Hartford. Got Fort Fleet behind him, and he knew it. Stuart, the big fullback up for the attack. Fort Fleet's corner. For side. Now Jan. Rennie van der Kerkhoff. See how the shadow crept across the goal there, to the relief, I would think, of Alan Ruff. Bobby Charlton.
Well, they're doing terrific, the Scots. And actually, you don't want to take the Dutch players for granted. They can still play, obviously, on the break. But there's a general feeling throughout the stadium that they've seen a different Scotland than they've seen in the past two matches. And it looks highly entertaining and very effective, too.
That's Rioch. Sooners found him too far. And Rioch looked as if he might have been held. And he was. Free kick to Scotland, just outside the area, is it? Or is it a corner? I would have thought a free kick. It looked to me as if Rioch was held all the way then. An indirect free kick, just outside the area, to be taken by Sooners. So nearly found Dalglish. Buchan. The Dutch compressing play, they've pressed forward. Another foul, is it? And this time by Dalglish. Boskamp. Janssen. Rensenbrink. Dutch throw. Janssen, number 6. Bulldozing through and taken away by number 18, Sooners. Rennie van der Kerkhoff, switch from the wing into the centre momentarily. Quite a number of permutations up front with Rennie van der Kerkhoff, Rep, and at Rensenbrink. Fleet's corner, Ruff changed his mind. Offside. Jan. Offside. Kennedy. Sooners. He's made such a difference. Buchan. Gemmill. For sight. Donachie. Jordan. Late for Rioch. Sooners in again. Jordan. Dalglish all a bit tight. Hartford. And Boskamp now for Holland. Number 10, van der Kerkhoff. Fort Fleet. The Dutch, of course, with massive experience. Most of these players in the side beaten by West Germany in the 1974 World Cup final. Janssen. A little Gemmill back there helping in the air. Fort Fleet. Van der Kerkhoff. Tremendous shot. The power's there and it didn't seem far wide. The Kerkhoff really set himself up. Ruff with the post covered. He's Dutch not easy to mark. As in 74, a maze of interchanges. And what a difference Cruyff might have made to this side. One says might, he certainly would have done. Sooners. Buchan to Sooners. He's really bringing some order now to the Scottish midfield. And Jordan and Dalglish both stranding offside then. The referee's signals then, if you just caught them in the corner of the shot, to acknowledge the linesman's flag, but he's just letting play go on. Rijsbergen. Good run by Jan. And clearly a foul on the goalkeeper. Hit the post and he fell. And a jolly rep. Sure, the referee must give a free kick, because clearly the foul was there with Rep hitting Ruff in the air. Offside. Tunis. Kennedy. Rudy Kroll. Donachie, Ruff calling. Donachie. GEHHILL. That's a bad one. Johnny Red. Van der Kerkhoff on a run through the middle, that's not good enough. Good play by the side, he took a knock though. Donachie to Tunis. Donachie. Hartford. Van der Kerkhoff. To Rijsbergen. Rare venture upfield for him. Rensenbrink. Bobby Charlton.
Oh, well, the Scots defence have got some problems here, because now that the game's settled down a little bit, Rensenbrink, Rep and Van der Kerkhoff have started switching positions, and unless they start talking to one another at the back, they'll get themselves in a situation like they had before when Archie Gemmill was called on to head ball clear.
Little Archie doesn't often find himself in that position. Ali McLeod, well, he's got to be happier than he was. Some of the Scotland seems to be that no one's quite decided what their best side is. And certainly of the three they've fielded so far, this is looking by far the best. Tunis is the man who's brought order to the middle of the field. Ali McLeod said the other day, I think in discussion with Laurie McMenemy on the panel, that Tunis was a big mistake he made. Oh, that was a bad one. And this is onside. Could be awkward for Scotland, and Ruff had to give away the free kick rightly outside the area. Right on the half hour, no score. He couldn't have got there with his feet. So Rensenbrink now to test the Scottish wall. And it's Boskamp. The wall good enough. Jan. Everybody looking to rest Rensenbrink. But Boskamp, the man who powered up. Alan Ruff was a bit unhappy about the third goal they conceded against Peru when the wall was beaten. Player is only a part-time player for Party Thistle, must benefit, of course, by becoming full-time. And looking for a move to England. Another big kick by Ruff. Rijsbergen and Jordan. Forward fleet, Rijsbergen hurt himself as he fell. Van der Kerkhoff. Boskamp. Boskamp. Number 6, Jansen. The Dutch are beginning to play a bit now. Aside. Soonest an important tackle. Gemmill for Scotland. Hartford. And still Rijsbergen's down. Dalglish. Scotland have got 2 against 2 up front. As Rioch covers back. Free kick. Well, Rijsbergen still with problems. The Dutch with Neeskens already off. Trainer on the way again. And just glancing at his notes, Bobby Charlton.
Well, the substitute that's come on for Neeskens, Boskamp, has impressed me very much indeed. He's changed play with long passes that have stretched the Scots, especially since they've had a little bit of lost confidence during the previous matches. The cross that he eventually put into the goals was headed down by Tom Forsyth in a very, very dangerous situation. But I think the Scots are prepared to take a few chances to keep possession, and it is showing in the play that they are a little bit more confident and they are prepared to play a little bit more together than they have been in the past. All in all, it's still a good position for Scotland. Every time they go forward, Kenny Dalglish, number 8 for Scotland, goes on some good forward runs, and Joe Jordan is creating problems for them at the back with his height. The midfield players are pushing forward when they get the opportunity. And all in all, the game as it stands at the moment, although not the score that the Scots would want, has the game nicely poised.
Bucket number 4. Kennedy. Soonest. Kennedy. Oh, there's trouble here. Wreck. And what a good tackle that was. And a penalty given, it wasn't good enough, and this disaster for Scotland. Kennedy looked as if he made contact with the ball, but the referee had a clear view, and this total disaster. The breakdown, of course, occurred earlier. The position should never have been there. And someone being booked. Archie Gemmill for something he must have said. So, yet again, things have gone wrong for Scotland. Just when it looked as if they were beginning to put their football together. Rensenbrink, who scored 2 penalties against Iran, to test Alan Ross. Wandale, Ross gets right, but couldn't get there. And that, we believe, may well be the 1,000th goal scored in the World Cup. Competition that began back in 1930 in nearby Uruguay. Rensenbrink, right in the corner, Ruff nearly got there. Well, it's going to be an awful long match now for Scotland. And in fairness, they hardly deserve to be behind. Jordan to Gemmill. Soonest. Donaghy. Jordan couldn't get it. Rioch. Tremendous drive by Rioch. And a free kick. Scottish fans still debating that penalty. We haven't got the benefit of a replay there. You'll probably be able to see it at half-time. There are a lot of people convinced that Kennedy's tackle was a good one, including obviously Archie Gemmill, who got himself in the book. Rensenbrink. Janssen. Buchan. Janssen. Under Kirkhoff. Willie van der Kerkhoff with the throw. Bosca. Foul by ERICH. Well, the Scots came here with a reputation for hard tackling and so on. Until today, we have not seen much of it. Gemmill complaining about the way the ball is. Having been booked once, he'll have to be careful. Willie van der Kerkhoff, leaving it for Kroll. Corner. About 7 minutes to half-time. Holland 1, Scotland 0. Van der Kerkhoff with the corner. Souness. Yeah, Janssen and offside. Kennedy. Dalglish. Hartford. Souness. Hartford. The Kirkhoff through the tackle for Souness there. Donaghy. Gemmill. Again, the offside trap's been set. Gemmill fouled. Donaghy in a forward run and offside. They fell for it. Dalglish was standing in an offside position. Buchan. Donaghy. Forsyth. That was easily read by van der Kerkhoff. Buchan. The whistle's gone. Souness. To Buchan. Souness again. Kennedy's wide on the touchline. Dalglish, good run by him. Awkward ball. Goalkeeper took a knock from Jordan, but was just strong enough to turn it wide. The ball spinning awkwardly then for the defender's foot. And it's a corner to Scotland. Dalglish to take it. Tom Forsyth, number 14 up there. Souness. And again they're pouring out. And again Scotland caught. Kroll is the backman, number 5. Experienced Ajax captain, playing in his 55th international, 55th international. He's the man who's organising into the back. He's the backman, and he's the man who brings them forward. Must be very frustrating and irritating to Scotland, though. They've been caught so often. Portfleet. Bosco. In by Forsyth. Now Gemmill. Souness. Rijsbergen still limping. Gemmill. Kennedy. Good run by Souness. Pass wasn't good enough. The defender almost had the goalkeeper in trouble. Portfleet. Bosco. Jongbloed from the Amsterdam club. That's Rensenbrink come across to test Donachie. Janssen. Boska. Janssen. Bucket. To ERICH. Dalglish. Kroll strolling through the match at the centre of the defence there. The Kirchhoff giving the defence a chasing. That's Rennie, one of the twins, number 10. Having tried Donachie, he's now testing out Kennedy. 2 minutes to half-time. Holland 1, Scotland 0. Boska. Janssen. Boska. Number 11, Willie van der Kerkhoff. ERICH for Scotland. Hartford. ERICH. 2 closed him down. Van der Kerkhoff. Kennedy. Jordan to number 18, Sooners. ERICH. Sooners. Number 3, Donachie. Wide is GEMMILLE, number 15. Dalglish. He just couldn't lay it back properly. And the Dutch are going to have to take Rijsbergen off for the look of it. They've just got a minute left for half-time. They won't make the substitution before half-time. They'll try and get him right during the interval, but he's limping very badly. Oh, good ball winning by Hartford. Donachie to GEMMILLE. Hartford. Donachie. Sooners. Jordan. And there's Dalglish, and it's 1 each. Just the boost Scotland needed before half-time. They didn't deserve to be behind. Dalglish, who's looked sharper in this match than he has through the World Cup series, right on the spot to dug it home. Brilliant jump by Jordan, it was always his, and Dalglish made no mistake. Well taken and well set up, and again Sooners at the heart of it. And Rijsbergen is going off. The substitution is to be made before half-time. They can't carry him any longer. And Vilshoot comes on. A defender from 20 and Shader. So the Dutch with 2 injured players now, Neeskens and Rijsbergen. And because of that, there is some injury time. It's Jordan. He's fouled. Jordan's value in the air well illustrated there. He won that ball so cleanly and got so well to set it up for Dalglish. At Sooners. Played up by Jordan. Kennedy. Good play by the fullback. ERICH. Sooners missed his kick entirely. And the danger passes. Van der Kerkhoff. Oh, Rensenbrink so clear and he couldn't control it. Scotland had lost all their discipline at the back. He was unmarked. ERICH. GEMMILLE. Woodley to number 14, Boska. 11, Willie van der Kerkhoff. Donachie. At least Scotland showing in this match that they can play. Soonest to GEMMILLE. It's all the more curious what happened to them in the two previous matches against unrated opponents. Van der Kerkhoff, but Buchan too swift. Donachie. Soonest. The player's not sure whether that's the half-time whistle or not, but it looks like a free kick. Bill shoots. Dropped in at left back. Boskamp. The new Dutch back four. Bill shoot has gone to left back. And Portfleet, the number two, has gone to the centre of the defensive Kroll. There's the half-time whistle and Scotland going level. Holland 1, Scotland 1. The second half has just started. It's number 10, Hartford. Gemmill. Circle a different attitude in the team. There's a tremendous difference in the Scottish supporters too. They've really been performing around the ground during the half-time period to the delight of the neutrals. Soonest wasn't offside. A real testing ball. It was awkward for the goalkeeper. Left to Kennedy. Corner. One of the players said to me rather sadly on Friday, well, so much has gone wrong. Surely something must go right for us. Well, it's certainly beginning to happen today. But too late. Dalglish. Oh, and on that, a penalty given. Soonest went through. The ball knocked down to him. Soonest went through, and the referee, very close, gave the penalty. So this opens the game up. Scotland have got to win by 3 goals. Gemmill's the penalty taker this time. Masson, of course, missed one in the first match against Peru. But that was clearly a penalty. I think most people would agree. Soonest went at the defence, was turned over, and now Gemmill's got a chance to put Scotland 2-1 in front. It is. Well, anything becomes possible now. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Scotland in front, 2-1. Little Gemmill, cool, organised, struck the ball hard. It couldn't have been further into the corner. Aside, now Hartford. Jordan. Kennedy. Jordan. The defender is just caught in 2 minds, and Jordan penalised. Would tap at the defender. Well, if they should get another, it'll be pure theatre. Buchan now for Scotland. Donachie, Buchan again. Serbia. Buchan now Gemmill. Free kick. Soonest. Was Riok. For size to number 13, Kennedy, who's playing an increasing part in these attacks. Jordan up the feet in the air, this time by Kroll. Jansen for Holland. Rep. Ready, Kroll. Van der Kerkhoff. Rep. Oh, and that was a good save. The ball bounced twice, I think, before it reached him. One of those awkward balls for any goalkeeper. Johnny Rep, and a fine save by Alan Ruff. Oh, and they pressed forward again and caught 3 players offside. Palatai, the Hungarian referee, running the line, highly experienced. Played the game himself, too. Like I mentioned at the start of the match, I believe he captained Hungary once in the Olympic Games in the football tournament. That's Kroll. Who'll shoot? Van der Kerkhoff, beaten by Kennedy. Hartford. And again. Rioch. And Rioch didn't like that. He must keep his head. He's the Scottish captain. It's important they keep their heads now, because the Dutch are in trouble. Number 6, Jansen. Rep. Rensenbrink. Rep. Support from Boskamp. Jansen. Buchan readied easily. Dalglish. Free kick. Donaghy to number 9, Jordan. Kick quickly taken, Jordan on a forward run. The defender is caught. They've got Fairman in the middle, but he didn't reach them. Scotland really taking these free kicks so quickly. They've caught the Dutch several times. Boskamp. That's Kennedy's. Rioch. Hartford. Kennedy, and the defender never twice then. It was always Kennedy's. And again, the centre doesn't find an attacker. Ready, Van der Kerkhoff. Scotland may have a problem here. It's 3 against 3, and the ball wasn't good enough. Ready, Van der Kerkhoff. Fantastic speed. So too is Boskamp, but he's not quick enough. Just sheltered him long enough. There really is a sense of drama around the stadium. Scotland's play has suggested there's more to come. Kennedy. And that's been given to Scotland, a corner. Or obstruction, was it? I would have thought obstruction, because I don't think Kroll touched it. But he certainly shielded the ball out of play and prevented the Scottish player getting to it. Those familiar Scottish songs from Hampden Park beginning to sound out. It'll be Hartford with the corner, with the free kick rather. Didn't reach Jordan. Will shoot. Jansen breaking for the midfield. Buchan. Donaghy to GEHHILL. Souness to the precise as is Souness. Hartford. Souness again. So smooth in the middle of the field, he's been. Kroll. Free kick given to Holland. The way back to goal cut off. And this is the most blatant time wasted to some extent. Although I think Jordan was giddied by it. But Kroll took a long time to sort that out. The referee was getting a bit irritable about it. And there's been a bit of an argument off the ball. Young Blut, who didn't get a clear kick at the ball anyway, by Jordan, getting a chance to take it again. Beside Janssen, number 11, Van der Kerkhoff. Woodfleet to rest. Dalglish doesn't believe it, but the Dutch now copying the Scots quickly on with it. Boskamp. Rep. Really flowing match. Minutes of the second half gone. Scotland lead by 2-1 against Holland, the beaten World Cup finalists of 4 years ago. And Riek just offside. Scots still haven't found a way of beating the offside trap. Kroll with a kick. Beside. Jordan, this is Sooners. Riek. Hartford. Riek. No foul given. Van der Kerkhoff. Number 7, Bill Shoot. 2, Woodfleet. Rep. Boskamp. Serbia. 10, Van der Kerkhoff. This is Rennie. Boskamp. Woodfleet. Rensenbrink. Free kick. So it's going to be Boskamp with this. That's precise. Van der Kerkhoff. In this second half, that early goal could have opened the way.
Well, there's still a long way to go, and the attitude's right. They're prepared to sacrifice a defender to be able to go forward. And Stuart Kennedy, on a number of occasions, got into good crossing positions. And these are the very important positions to get into, especially when Joe Jordan is giving them so many problems.
Bill Shoot to Young Blut. Kroll. Number 11, Willie Van der Kerkhoff. Rensenbrink. Boskamp. Serbia. Boskamp. Serbia. Kroll. Boskamp. Good tackle by Dalglish. Sooners. Beside. But now Dalglish can run them. Just couldn't get there. Covering player, Woodfleet. Sooners for Scotland. Dalglish. He's grown up today. So Sooners. Near post ball and a good header by Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish, who's seemed so withdrawn in the 2 previous matches. But emerging here and just offside. If Scotland can just find some way of beating this offside trap, the Dutch are playing so blatantly, but they really are playing rather dangerously. They're pushing forward on every occasion. Kroll. Bucken. Janssen for Holland. Rensenbrink. Gemmill held. Gemmill quickly taking a kick. And another Dutchman penalised for a foul on Jordan. And the referee has made a good decision there, by the way. He let Gemmill take it there because Rensenbrink had carried the ball forward 10 yards to waste time. He let Gemmill take it from where he dropped it. That's Dalglish. Free kick just outside the box. Souness. Controller-in-chief for Scotland there. Souness. Jordan. Oh, precise. Just had a glimpse of the goal then. Was never able to reach the ball, but I think they've given offside anyway. It looked to me to be slightly offside. Rep. Boskamp. Foul by Souness. Souness's approach absolutely right. Not a second wasted. No excuse for the Dutch wasting time either. It's Kroll. Willie Donaghy. Souness. Dennis Hartford. Rioch. Under Kirkhoff. And Forsyth. Jordan barging in. Serbia. Nice flick by Van der Kerkhoff to Kroll. The other Van der Kerkhoff, now Boskamp. Janssen, rep. Any of those supporters in the background are glad to be Scottish again. Kroll to rep. Janssen to Van der Kerkhoff. Trying to run Rioch, there's danger. Oh, and Rupp. Well, the player seemed to chicken out a little bit there. That was about 50-50, but as Big Alan Rupp went at him, the Dutchman pulled out. Janssen. Fleet. Rensenbrink. Well started by Forsyth. Donaghy. Jordan. Now Janssen. Boskamp. Van der Kerkhoff. Serbia. Boskamp switching the play. Rensenbrink and Reps there. And Rupp. Forsyth. Gemmill. Souness for Gemmill again. Souness, they've struck out such a good relationship. Kennedy, too far. Well, they should have been the defenders, but all he could get was a corner. The Dutch really are looking unsettled. Scotland, though, got to take chances. They're having to leave holes at the back. They need 2 more goals if they're going to qualify. 2-1 to Scotland. They've got to win by 3 clear goals. Dalglish for the corner. Jordan Britain penalised. Kick to be taken again. Hartford. Kroll. Van der Kerkhoff. Janssen. Broskamp. Rocket to Gemmill. Dalglish, good header. Donachie breaking in the back, but not quite able to get there. Ali McLeod. Well, he must be dreaming. He did say the other day it would need a miracle. It remains just that. But the way Scotland are playing, Souness. "25 minutes to go. Scotland 2, Holland 1. Buchan, Souness. Souness then with the defence pressing forward, trying to drop it into space by the defence, but nobody was breaking. Will shoot, Broskamp. Number 20, Serbia. Will shoot. Kennedy. Bruce Rioch. Souness. Forsyth. Donachie. Gemmill. Donachie. And a foul given. Free kick to Scotland. Gemmill. Free kick against Jordan. Turn the man. Well, these Scottish boys gone through an awful lot of hard work. I suppose the question of substitution must be in Ali McLeod's mind. But the team's played so well and really found some rhythm. It's a terribly difficult decision to make. Forsyth. Souness. Donachie. Tommy Forsyth. Souness. Rensenbrink now for Holland. Van der Kerkhoff just behind Souness. Rock to number 10, Hartford. Foul by Van der Kerkhoff. Kennedy. There's an argument going on with the referee, between Rioch and the referee. Just wants to get on with it. Gemmill. Good play by Gemmill, and again. 3-1! A brilliant individual goal by this hard little professional has put Scotland in dreamland. The miracle is beginning to happen. They need one more to qualify. And Gemmill, first one, then two. Then he faced up his own player and another defender. He was clear, and finishing like this is lethal. All his experience, everything was there, and Scotland are now within a goal of qualifying. Just over halfway through the second half. There's plenty of time, and the Dutch are really rocking. The signs have been there for some time. The Dutch are not happy, and Scotland, if they can just keep their heads in discipline. Bucket, penalised. And one wonders what might have been. ERICH hit the bar. There was the penalty that Scotland disputed. Boskamp to take the kick. Boskamp. Ross missed it. Oh, that was so nearly an own goal by Kennedy. You can practically hear their hearts beating up here. The Rupp missed it completely, and Kennedy almost knocked it in. What a game. What a situation. Serbia. Offside, and, well, I think the referee got caught there. The player was off the field. He's given offside, but the Dutch player had gone over the touchline and was deliberately standing off the field. Anyway, the kick was given. Hartford. Free kick. And everybody now behind Scotland. There are a few hundred Dutch supporters, but really they've got the neutral, they've got practically everyone going for them. Throw given to Holland. The match so precariously balanced. Rudy Kroll. Rep. Kroll. Rep. What a marvellous goal. And Scotland, from coming alive, are suddenly back with problems. There was a channel right through the middle. The Dutch answered the Scottish goal with attack and another brilliant piece of finishing. Look at that hole in the Scottish defence, and what a shot. So, Scotland starting to breathe and hope again. Back in trouble. 3-2. So they still need 2 goals. Gemmill. This is really developing into the match of the World Cup. Not offside. Jordan. And a foul given. About 18 minutes to go. The side. Kroll. Bucket. And Rep jumped right into Donaghy. Play waved on. For side. Souness. Scotland, of course, forced to take chances in defence. Hartford. He's onside this time. Dalglish. Oh, it's taken too long. Souness. ERICH. Number 10, Hartford. A handball. And Dalglish momentarily then had such an opening and didn't seem to have the confidence to go along with it. For once then, the Dutch were caught in their own offside trap. The flag stayed down and Dalglish was clear. Bucket. ERICH. GEHHILL. GEHHILL to number 8, Dalglish. Dalglish again, and offside. Joe Jordan. Buchan did a fine game in the centre of this defence. Again, the whistle, free kick to Holland. Actually, looking through the Scottish side, it's difficult to find a player who's not produced something special today. Including Bruce Rioch, who's been heavily criticised as the Scottish captain, and also been right out of form at Derby, where he was put on the list by Tommy Docherty. But he's really played his part today. Hartford. That's Rioch. Hartford again. Bundled off. Boskamp. Rensenbrink. It's awkward, ref there. And he was pushed. But no, the referee let it go. Donachie to number 15, GEHHILL. Souness. Donachie to Souness. Dalglish. GEHHILL. Souness. Offside again. A lot of strain being placed on this Hungarian linesman's judgment. But so far, he was absolutely right. The only time Scotland beat the offside trap, he was in a good position to see it, and he was right. And he's been right with the other decisions too. Buchan. Donachie. GEHHILL. Jordan. A Boskamp for Holland. Serbia. Trying to Kirk up to Boskamp. Ali McLeod. So near. And yet it's drifted away from them again. Rep. Rennie van der Kerkhoff to Rep. Van der Kerkhoff. Rep. Boskamp. Rensenbrink. Serbia. That's GEHHILL. GEHHILL again. For sight. Hartford. Jordan. Only bunning Crawl. We're onside then, the flag's tied down. Rensenbrink. Corner. So many of the Dutch players now playing abroad. Rensenbrink, of course, plays in Belgium. Hahn has been left out today. He plays in Belgium. Neeskens plays in Spain. Serbia, the left back, number 20, he's playing in West Germany. And Rep, of course, number 16, who got that marvellous second goal, he's playing in France. Jensen. Rep. Van der Kerkhoff. Rep through. That was a fine move by the Dutch. He was onside. Serbia. And Van der Kerkhoff was offside. Souness. Souness again, who's emphasised today that his international possibilities, really, his potential, has really been untapped by Scotland so far. Soon as playing his 7th international this afternoon. Kroll. Janssen. Rep. Kroll. Van der Kerkhoff. Kennedy covering. Just over 10 minutes to go. Scotland lead Holland by 3 goals to 2. All cut out there by Bucket. Sooners. Hartford. Riok. Sooners. Dalglish. Kennedy. Oh, he's been robbed and they've got problems. Willie van der Kerkhoff, brother ready in front, but what a bad ball. Both sides must be feeling this tremendous pace the game's been played at. Jordan to Dalglish. Kroll. Serbia. Van der Kerkhoff. That's Rennie van der Kerkhoff this time. The side for Scotland. Good play. Hartford. For side. Hartford again. Just didn't come off. Bosco. Well, I wonder what Ollie McDowell's thinking. Looks as if, looking down at the bench, there's no signs of any substitutes warming up. Whether he's going to make a last gamble and put someone like Johnson on. Gemmill, he did well. Jordan and Gemmill stranded offside. His own pace had taken him into that position. What a fighter Archie Gemmill has underlined he is today. Dutch taking as long as possible. Donaghy to Bucket. Sooners. Forsyth. Riok. Hartford. Dalglish. Kennedy 13. Offside. Bucket. And again. He was fouled. Riok. Forsyth. Sooners once more. Good ball, wasn't it? Kennedy. Come to Jordan, who's there. Janssen for Holland. Rep. Van der Kerkhoff. Will shoot. Janssen. Van der Kerkhoff. The Dutch are going to keep Scotland running. Kroll. Boscombe. Rep. Fourth fleet to number 20, Serbia. Fourth fleet. Rep. Well tackled out of it too. By Forsyth, this is Gemmill. Forsyth breaking on the right. Free kick. 6 minutes to go. 3-2 to Scotland. Gemmill's kick. Krull. Aside. Trying to go it alone to beat the offside trap. To Riok to number 15, Gemmill. Tackled by Boskamp. Now Serbia. Kennedy and Rep free. Van der Kerkhoff in the middle. Oh, well stolen by Donachie. Now Gemmill for Scotland. Riok. Hartford. Souness. Gemmill. The tiredness is showing. Boskamp. It really is sad when you look at the ability these Scottish players have got, that they find themselves in this position at all. Donachie. Dalglish. Donachie. Hartford. Dalglish. Boskamp. He'll shoot. Oh, good run by the defender. Van der Kerkhoff was waving for the ball. And Bucket in the way. Gemmill. Hartford. Souness. Willie Van der Kerkhoff. Offside. Still Scotland not wasting a second. 4 minutes to go. Riok. Souness. Kennedy. Riok. Van der Kerkhoff. Bucket number 4. And Ruff, expecting the cross, had left the near post unguarded. It went right underneath it. Souness. Well, defence not important to Scotland now. They've just got to throw it all forward. Dalglish. Shows how far Ruff was out then. It's Jordan. Souness. Gemmill. Jordan, good turn. And Ford Fleet, the covering player. Jordan again. Donachie. Now Serbia. Souness for Scotland. Bucket. Souness. Offside again. Just under 2 minutes to go. Scotland leading Holland 3-2. And with the now seemingly impossible task of scoring 2 goals to stay in the World Cup in these last 2 minutes. Moscow. Van der Kerkhoff. Hartford. Riok. Gemmill. Unlucky. Rensenbrink. Jensen. Rensenbrink. Janssen. Boskamp. Serbia. Van der Kerkhoff. Corner, no goal kick. Van der Kerkhoff seems to be justified with his complaint, but Gemmill. Donaghy to Jordan. Donaghy. Free kick. To Scotland. Donaghy now. Hartford. Besides, it looked to be easier to score. He just could get high enough to knock it down. Hartford's cross, right to the far post. And Forsyth had quite a bit of goal there he got away, Matt. That is it. Scotland go out of the World Cup. But today, they've really played as they can play, beating them 3 goals to 2. And these players who've been so upset in the last week, they just couldn't understand their form against Peru and Iran, can now go back and really look people in the face. And it must be said, too, that possibly Ali McLeod has found the right side too late.